Becoming a billionaire is an easy dream to have. You'd never have to work again if you didn't want to. And if you did keep working, you could literally do whatever your heart desired. Money would never be an issue. But what most people don't realize is that becoming a billionaire takes a rigorous schedule and routine. What we're saying is, billionaire status takes discipline. It ain't all yacht cruises and caviar baths, people. That's why today we're taking a look at some of the world's wealthiest and most famous 1%ers' morning routines. We'll let you be the judge if you think all the extra planning is worth it. Believe it or not, there is a method to being successful. For many of the richest, it's a matter of sticking to these fundamental building blocks in their day so they can be set up for success, which means wealth in the long term. Check this out: common routines that are found among many billionaires. Look a little something like this. First, they wake up early. This one is probably a no-brainer. To make the most out of each day, you start it off bright and early. Lord Alan Sugar, worth approximately 1.21 billion pounds, and Jack Dorsey, worth $13.2 billion at the time of writing this video, are perfect examples of this. They both say they start each new day around 5 to 5:30 a.m. Exercise is also a common daily routine amongst the elite. There's almost too many billionaires that swear by exercise to name them all, but one billionaire that has recently been in the news due to his incredible spaceflight, one you will be able to purchase for a reported $250,000 one day, is Richard Branson, worth $4.8 billion at the time of writing this. He claims to be an avid gym rat and says he will exercise each and every morning, no matter what. Completing a project in the morning is another commonality between billionaires, one you could easily pick up yourself, whether it's finishing a book, playing a game, or even something like painting. All help with personal happiness, and having a sound mind is important when you are a very rich leader. Warren Buffett, a man worth $99 billion at the time of writing this, claims to read every morning. Looks like it paid off. Billionaires are known to meditate every morning as well, in one form or another. A huge advocate of this lifestyle is billionaire Jim Simmons, worth $24.6 billion at the time of writing this, and we can see why. It keeps your head clear and your mind ready to face any challenge the day throws your way. Family time is another incredibly important morning ritual to the billionaires of the world. Whether it's sharing breakfast together or even something like driving kids to school, this family time is what strengthens the bonds of billionaires' inner circles. Check out this quote from Jeff Bezos about what he does when he wakes up. "I like to read the newspaper. I like to have coffee. I like to have breakfast with my kids before they go to school." See, even when you're worth 203.7 billion big ones at the time of writing this, you still gotta make time for the kids. One final morning trait that we could possibly all incorporate a little more into our lives is planning. You heard that right. Just some simple planning out of your day is a huge part of why many rich folks see success. By simply knowing what tasks you wish to accomplish and prioritizing what you want to achieve, you can get it done. And over time, that means wealth. Okay, we see ya. You're already taking notes and getting ready to implement some of these savvy starts to your daily duties. But let's get more specific. What does the routine of, let's say, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg look like? Believe it or not, they've been very vocal about just how they structure their day. If you want to be like them, you can literally do that. And here's how. Elon Musk, worth $160.7 billion at the time of writing this, has a routine that looks a little something like this. He wakes up around 7 a.m. and will never hit the snooze button. He says getting 6.5 hours of sleep is perfect for him, or he'll be less productive in his day. And that ain't a good thing. Next, he claims he'll take part in probably his most important daily routine, a shower. Oh, you heard that right. In a Reddit AMA, Musk stated that his daily shower is arguably one of his most important parts of his day, claiming it puts him in the right headspace. Next, he'll usually have some breakfast, but many times he will skip this meal if he's not in the mood. Looks like it's not the most important meal after all. When he does eat, he likes a high-protein meal like an omelet. Elon will then spend some time with his kids, and we'll see them off as they get ready for school. Then he'll hop in his Tesla Model S Performance, a $91,990 car, and drive to work. He'll split his week between Tesla and SpaceX, with around 42 hours a week at the former and 40 hours a week at the latter. Musk will schedule out his days with meetings, and many times will forget about taking time for meals. Not the best example if you ask us, but hey, the man has a lot on his plate. It's just not food, it seems. Musk has stated that he'll be sure to have a big dinner to make sure he calories up for the next day. His drink of choice? Diet Coke. He'll be back home and ready to turn in at 10 p.m., where he'll spend some much-needed Elon time watching his favorite animes, like Death Note, or hanging with his girlfriend Grimes, before he finally turns in at 1 a.m. And that's how everyone's favorite billionaire fills up his day. Not the routine for you? Well, check out how Jeff Bezos spends his time. Maybe it'll suit your needs a little better. Similar to Elon, Mr. Bezos will start the day early, but his reason for doing so is because he really values what he calls his puttering time. Oh yes, the guy who gave us Amazon makes time in his morning so that he can just kinda do whatever. To quote Mr. Bezos, he said, "My puttering time is very important to me." He'll read, maybe cook, do a bit of cleaning, and if he's really in the mood, he'll whip up a huge breakfast for him and his family. His food of choice is blueberry chocolate chip pancakes, as seen here in this Instagram post. What's next on the itinerary? For Bezos, it's a 10 a.m. meeting. Check out this quote, "I like to do my high IQ meetings before lunch. Like anything that's going to be really challenging, that's a 10 a.m. meeting." And there may be something to this. According to biologist Christoph Randler, people who have peak mental performance in the morning are way more productive. Looks like if you want to get stuff done, get it done early. And Bezos is well aware that he can get fatigued. He has even said that by 5 p.m., he will simply push his task to the next day because he knows he can dedicate his full mental power to it. What else is a priority for this billionaire? Sleep. Bezos makes sure to get 8 hours of it. He has talked about how it improves not only his mood, but his energy, mental prowess, and all that jazz. The takeaway here? Jeff Bezos takes care of himself. Maybe you could take some notes. Still not convinced? Here's one more billionaire's routine that has been well documented. It's Mark Zuckerberg. He's the whiz kid behind Facebook, worth $121.4 billion at the time of writing this video. The Zuck will wake up at 8 a.m. sharp and will instantly go to his Facebook feed before he even puts in his contacts. Next up, he'll make time for some exercise. Zuckerberg runs 3 times a week. He has stated, staying in shape is very important. Doing anything well requires energy, and you just have a lot more energy when you're fit. I make sure I work out at least 3 times a week. Usually first thing when I wake up. I also try to take my dog running whenever I can, which has the added bonus of being hilarious because that's basically like seeing a mop run. After that, it's a busy day at Facebook, but Zuckerberg has traded out all-nighters in favor of family time. In fact, in a commencement speech at Harvard University, Zuckerberg stated he will tuck in his kids and say a prayer. It's this very prayer that he goes back to when he's facing a particularly challenging obstacle at work. He was kind enough to share it with us all. And it goes like this: "May the source of strength, who has blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing." Not bad advice, huh? We got one final fun billionaire routine for you that, well, we have to say might be the most eccentric. Mr. Steve Jobs, who was worth an impressive $10 billion, was known to skip his showers. He didn't eat meat, and he believed this kept him BO-free. But after talking with his co-workers when he was working at Atari, they'll tell you he absolutely had BO. What else did he do that was a bit off? Go barefoot all the time. He was known to stroll around the office shoeless. Hey, one less thing to worry about, right? We'll see you next time, right here on The Richest.